Tactical Muffin Top. Muffin Top. Sunday chat. I don't know what we're doing, guys, but it's Sunday. I got an invite from Honda. Red Dawn's going to hop on over here if he gets his link figured out. I need to make sure I'm sending it to the right one. I said Red Dawn readiness.
You could share the pictures I posted on my...
Yeah, I will. I want to talk about it.
Okay.
So yeah, Demo Man Dawn, why don't you... I'm going to share it and then let you talk about it a little bit since it's your gig. And then I'll do my thought process on it and give you yay, nay, pass, fail. Lawfully can do the same.
No, I'd like to get some constructive criticism on it,
Yeah. Where'd you drop that? What category? I can't remember.
I think
Justin B. first in the chat. Randy Butternub says, hey, Old Man Butt Wrinkles with the shocked eye fish.
It's in the Get Home thing, I think.
All right. Can you hear him lawfully?
Who?
He's 5x5.
Okay, just checking. Just making sure y'all weren't stepping on each other's toes.
Justin B got the notification too. Hey, maybe
right.
you're out of algorithm jail.
I very much doubt that. Like I said, I don't know if you went back and listened to the first part of my walking chat, but I think everything aerial,
I did.
Whether plane and remote control wise, I think is tripping the algorithm. So this is your ACU bag. I personally have zero issues with ACU. It could be hot pink, it could be lime green. I don't care what color it is. This is mil spec gear that's cheap.
Yep.
If you're actually going to run it. I'm cool with it.
I use it. I don't care. It's cheaper actually that bag there was free. I was buying something else off of somebody on Marketplace, and when I met the guy, he goes, "Hey, you got any use for this bag?" I said, "Sure."
Hell yeah, bro! I got a bag. What's up, Mojo? Get the game going. Go ahead, Demo Man.
Oh, that picture there is just I emptied it out in a full Tyvek suit with a hood and the built-in feet or whatever you want to call them, like a onesie,
Yeah.
Full face respirator with P100 cartridges. I didn't want to break them out of the bag and attach them because I'm sure everybody knows what they look like attached. But those boots are the kind you wear without boots. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
the irrigation boots, what it looks like.
Yeah, and those are for now because they're kind of heavy to have in a bag. But once I get some over boots, they're a little thinner and less heavy. And then the rain skins, the green rain suit is like overalls and a jacket with a hood that cinches.
What was the brand that you had on that again? What's up, Brownbird?
Rain skins.
Okay.
I assume I've had that rain suit for like ever.
Yeah. Frog Tog makes one, and they're light, and they come in camo, which I really like for like a get home bag, so you can change your appearance from in town to in the wilderness per se. What's up, George Cortez?
So all I need to procure is the cover boots and I need a set of gloves, some kind of whatever gloves would complete that set.
Yeah, I mean bare minimum, probably some 2 sets, maybe a set of cleaning gloves with some like nitrile minimum. Damn, trying to get lawfully. What do you think? You rate that and tell me what you think. Now, well, maybe before that, Demo Man, you have this. Why?
Well, I live in an urban environment, and during the last peaceful protests, as you want to call them, you've seen in different cities the gas that they were using on people.
Right.
This might be a little bit overkill for tear gas, but I don't know. Does tear gas affect your skin, your pores?
Yeah, I do believe so.
It's very irritant.
So
but I think if you turned out in a crowd wearing that, that's gonna get you
yeah.
shot at more.
It's basically it was
Well,
just
if they've been gassed, you know.
yeah. It wasn't to hang around and help protest. It was to, you know, skedaddle without choking.
Yep. I think that's a great idea. And you realizing that you're in an area that may need such things, 100. 100 for me.
That stays in my vehicle.
I have to stop sharing this for a second, guys. Trying to email this to Red Dawn. Sent email. Yep. Cool. Oh, he found it. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, George Cortez has got it.
Yeah.
He says if you get any of the ACU material, you can dye it with RIT dye
Yeah.
and make it, a more usable camo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been saying it for a minute, but I got somebody who's buying up surplus close to me that I need to go and have a sit down and see if I can hash out a full like uniform. And maybe now I'm not fat, so fat enough that I can actually fit in some pants. Because the last gun show I was at, I actually seen some pants that were bigger than me, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I don't know how military sizes fits compared to like Walmart jeans, but I'd like.
Oh, they make it easy.
Try it.
They make it easy because you can measure your circumference and then your crotch length.
Well, that's
And there's
cool.
like,
that.
well, and then you look at the size chart. I'm getting there.
Okay.
There's not every soundbite is a one sentence. You can look at the sizing chart for all the military contracted clothing and see where you land once you know your measurements. So like tape yourself, and then you can, if you're getting a medium regular or a extra large long,
Gotcha.
that works for the blouse and the pants.
Well, see, these ones actually had like pant sizes on them. Like, I think one that I was looking at was like a 46, and I was like, geez, those seem like big, which is nice now. They weren't before, but it's weird. I don't know. I'm looking at buying a whole bunch of ACU crap. I don't care what y'all people say. It's cheap, and yes, you can dye it, and then when you're done, rattle can it to your environment, and you can have you a set of winters, you can have you a set of springs, set of summers, set of falls. Yeah, it's decent clothing. They have certain standards they have to meet. Fire resistance, things like that, insulation properties, anti-rip. If you need gear and you want to standardize some people, ACU, man, it's cheap.
There are plenty of videos about dyeing it on YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, I got absolutely zero issues with the gear. Get what you can get. Why not? If you can get it and get cheap, and so you can stretch your dollar further, especially in the way everything is going, and you can get a larger quantity. Yeah, I'd rather have 10 dudes decked out in the same stuff than 4 dudes and the other guys in random Walmart Realtree camo configurations, Just my 2 cents.
And I would rather have quality kit in ACU digital than really crappy stuff in a knockoff multicam or something.
Right. What's up, Red Dawn Readiness? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, fellas? How's it going tonight?
What's
Not
happening?
much.
RDR in the house.
Yes, sir. What are you guys talking about? ACU?
Yeah. Well, here, let me show you. The Demo Man Don made a chem suit type deal.
No gear shaming.
No, not at all.
He got an ACU
He's
bag
a-
for free.
he's a-
with trade.
He's a Florida man too.
Yep.
Nice. It actually might work pretty decent in Florida, to tell you the truth. I know people think that, like multicam Tropic works good, but when you look through the woods in Florida, there's weird stuff with weird colors, and there's actually more grays and stuff than people realize.
Yep.
you could probably hit it with a little bit of green, little painted green paint,
Hmm.
and that would, I mean, do pretty well.
Yeah, see out here, I got to get the tan because when all the grass dies,
Especially in
and
the,
dies.
I imagine in Florida in the swampy areas that Ranger Green probably does good against moss and stuff too.
Oh yeah, Ranger Green, OD Green, Multicam Tropic. But like I said, it depends on. There's a couple different wooded areas. Like swamps are a little greener and darker, but then we have like forest areas that lead into swamps, and those have like whites and light browns, and you have a lot of like sun that comes through the trees and stuff. So
Yeah.
you get some different shades and stuff than a lot of people would think. Just um like woodland is great. I love woodland, but sometimes that fresh woodland um
It'll
is
stand
it,
out. Yeah.
yeah, it stands out a little bit, you know. I think probably the best is the Marpat.
Phil R, no, a pink hat won't work.
And it might work in Florida too if you're trying
Yeah,
to blend in.
Maybe what side of town you're on, right?
There's a lot of pink hats.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, Groundbird's down. They're buying up the ACU. I got no problem with that. What do you think, Red Dawn? Would you rather have a bunch of ACU on 10 guys decked out with the same stuff, or would you rather have a bunch of ragtag group with like 4 guys in ACU?
I don't know. I kind of like everybody in their own stuff, just knowing who your team is. That I don't like everybody in the same stuff.
Fair enough.
I mean,
psychological advantage post shit hits the fan, though.
Well, like if you're like defending an area, but like if you're constantly moving, it's a huge advantage for like no one to really pin you all that you're together.
Fair enough.
You know,
I'm not going to be moving a whole lot.
Yeah, and I mean with the population size we have, dude, if you were holding ground, it'd be like what's that movie? It was that PlayStation video game. What is it? With the zombies.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's like a Resident Evil stand your ground in Florida. Like you'd have waves and waves and waves and waves of Florida people that are, you know,
Yeah,
out of their mind.
I'm just going to be chilling next to a herd of cows, cutting them up as needed.
So do you Floridian preppers keep like a couple of coffee cans of like bath salts on hand for bartering?
We keep those under the sink in the bathroom, actually.
There you go.
Because you could, post events, you could either use them to like rage out, if you need some of that instant strength, or you can save it to barter with.
In Minecraft.
Muffin Top's got some followers that are really big on preparing for barter items rather than just getting the shit they need now.
I'll be right back. I gotta let my dog out.
You're good. Yeah, I'm glad you touched on that because at the end of the day, they're like, the alcohol, the smokes are a big trade thing, whatever you could come up with. But, it's great. It's like 1 pound packs of rice, 2 pound packs of rice from the dollar store and some beans. Because worst case scenario, you eat it. Right? You didn't stock $100 worth of liquor. You stocked $100 worth of rice. You're going to be able to eat that. I'm not trading no ammo. I'll swap like if it was a good enough deal. I'd swap like some life straws. I got a whole bunch of matches. You can go to the dollar store and get boxes and boxes of matches for nothing. Lighters. I'll swap that. I ain't gonna swap ammo or my medical or anything like that. Yeah, Phil R likes the same. Don't want confusion. Yeah, I see Red Dawn's point too. But if you're at main bug out location, right, and you have, say, you're at a bug out location, you have 20 guys. Okay, you're probably more off than what anybody else around you is going to have, people wise. Now, if you actually have a few people that can train you and run the drills, things like that, Patrolling formations, you do that with the same sort of gear on, roughly the same, chest rig, carrier, same sidearm, same holsters. Try to run the same belt. If it's not the same belt, same color. If they're all Ranger green, have all Ranger green. Don't have a black guy with the black belt, a guy with the gray belt, guy with a pink belt, guy with a OD. Like, if it's similar enough, have it all be the same color. You know what I mean?
I think if you live in any, and my bad, I know I just hopped back in, but
No, you're good.
I wanted to say this before I stepped away. I think if you live in any form of like suburban, urban area, considering all black kit and your whole crew wearing all black is not a bad deal, because you can get people to think either that you guys are law enforcement or even blend in with the Antifas if you have to.
No.
Fair enough.
I've heard a similar argument made for Ranger Green, because a lot of sheriff's offices will run Ranger Green,
Mm-hmm.
in lieu of OD Green.
Yeah, OD
I'm
Green's
alright with that.
a little like, for a while it was everywhere, and then it seems like Ranger Green like took its spot, and people just started printing that more instead of OD Green. I like the foliage green. That's like grayish. It's like a grayish green. I
You
think
end up
it's a
with
good.
the 50 shades. You end up with like the 50 Shades of Flat Dark Earth problem, though, because the different textile manufacturers, their foliage green, or Helicon Tex calls theirs adaptive green. It all varies from one manufacturer to another.
Yeah, I noticed that that's kind of why I went all woodland, because I started out with green, and I was like, some of this stuff don't match, and some of it just, I mean, not like it's a bad thing. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, to be honest with you. As long as you're smart and could run everything, then I think you're good to go. But I did like that woodland. When you have all your kit in woodland, it's hard to even tell from a distance what kit you have on. You just see some dude in woodland. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could get on board with that.
I don't see myself ever operating operationally with enough people that I'm going to forget who's who, and we all need to either match entirely.
I was
I
going to
think
say that, something similar. Sorry.
if you even show up, you're just going to rock what you're wearing. Like, you don't get to pick the time and place. So unless you take all of your turnout kit with you everywhere you go all the time. I mean, not that having the stuff and training in it and preparing for it isn't great, but
yeah,
you may have to fight the apocalypse as Clark Kent, not Superman.
Yeah. Independent, many united. Yes, we got Red Dawn on the panel.
And it may be a little Hollywood-esque to assume this, but I think also if you're big enough that you're making everyone wear the same uniform solely to identify one another, that opens you up to one of your outlier non-main character people getting whacked or clubbed and they get their uniform snatched. Like if you're running with that many people that you don't know that Billy and Bobby have blue jeans and
matching
a
flannel,
Wrangler, a pearl snap on, if everybody's wearing ACU and you're just like, oh, that's generic Jim over there, and it turns out he's not anymore. I don't know. I understand trying to get everybody to be similar uniform, that's the point of calling it a uniform, but
depends on your location. 100% understand.
It does.
It also depends on if you have enough guys to make it worthy or not, I mean, if it's just
I can understand
generic Jim, well, you probably don't need matching uniforms.
I wear Woodland so that way if I have to show up, I want people to know that the 80s is back.
Oh, that's Red Dawn. He's dripping in Woodland.
Yep.
That's cool. Nothing wrong with that, man.
I've got me a crispy fresh M81 blouse.
Nice. I like those. But
I don't know that the
No bottom.
buttons.
That's how you're
Nice.
going out. Just the blouse, nothing else.
Well,
I like it.
here's the thing: like when you're patrolling, your pants don't matter as much.
Well, I
Like
think
people-
it's a good blend too. If you wear the light, like multicam pants with a Woodland top, is really works well.
You can patrol the woods wearing some darker blue jeans and
Mm-hmm.
whatever camo fits your AO and time of year.
Yep.
And by the time that you drop to a knee, like, because what tells on you is less your color and more your outline. That's the reason for the camos, to break your outline.
For sure.
Yep. But especially with the seasons, man, bust out the spray paint. You can get caught up to the environment real quick wherever you be. It's a little bit of rattle can.
What I want to figure out is, how do I wear my hearing protection with a boonie hat? That's the struggle I've been struggling for a minute. I'm like, I want to wear
Cinch that cord up.
I'm like, I love wearing a boonie, especially in Florida. It's so hot that it's nice to have the brim. But it's like, how do I wear my hearing protection?
So
I might just need to get the in-ear.
Yeah, that's a thing that I see missing on a lot of people's kits. That my next chest rig video is this Condor, and I'm trying to get it set up the way I want because it's been set.
You can roll.
So long.
You can roll the brim up.
Yeah, but I mean, like the headset that goes over the top of my head.
Yeah, you
I could-
just roll the flaps up. That way, you still have like the baseball brim.
You just Crocodile Dundee it.
Oh yeah, Crocodile Dundee it and wear it right over the top of the boonie.
Yeah, you look all Tex-Mex and you still got the ear pro. Hell yeah.
Oh my
Nothing wrong
God.
with that.
I can't vibe with that look. Man. I really want like the digital ones you charge and just put in your ear and you make the mold and it like molds to your ear. I think those are just superior.
Yeah.
I
Running
think when
with
you're
them,
like, yeah, hopefully they stay.
Yeah, I don't know. That is one thing I see missing on a lot of kit, and I try to work it in, whether it's just like a little 2-piece of earplugs or whatever. But man, I tell you what, for the price, them little walkers, they ain't bad, and they work good. You can stack a lot of them. Electronic hearing protection is super duper important, especially when you can combine it with your comms. And I see that missing in everybody's kit. Everybody's like, "Oh, here's my stash kit," and I'm like, "Dude, you don't even have earplugs. What are you doing? You don't
Dude,
like."
if I'm outside, I don't really mind just running a set of headphones.
Yeah. But would you rather have your comms coming through the headphones and maybe losing an AirPod or some shit when you're rolling, underneath the vehicle or some shit?
I don't run the AirPods. I run like the one that it goes like around your earlobe and then in.
Right.
So yeah, you could lose one, but I mean, you could also get your headset knocked off too.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Yeah, I like the bone
Plugs
connection.
and muffs.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I usually just super glue all around them, so they just stay in there. Just a dab of super glue on the inside of it or something behind the ear.
You must not have any of them ear whiskers.
Nah.
It only hurts for a
says,
second.
I LARP. What the fuck?
Hey,
That's
man,
good.
improvise.
Daniel Anchors, what's up? How you doing?
I guess I need to put the hearing protection on my list too.
There you go, Demo Man. See, hey,
I'm
that's
guilty.
all right, man. That's all right. A lot of people.
And the
forget about
pairs, those pairs of cheap foamies, those are easy to keep.
it.
Like
Yeah.
I keep a pack just on my center console,
Yeah, dude. I have them.
You never know when the moment might strike.
Yes, dude. Seriously, those are so easy. I jack handfuls from them all the time. If I'm like when I was on a job site or something, and they were handing them out, or at work, whatever. But yeah, think about it, dude. If you freaking pop off in a Wally World, how loud that will be.
Mm-hmm.
But not only for you, but your wife, your kid, everybody else who's not carrying a pew, or if they are, whatever. It's still loud at a mall. Could you imagine somebody's just freaking rocking down like an AK or something, and everybody's panicking because everybody just lost a sense, right? They
Yep.
just lost their hearing. So it makes it really, really hard to communicate. Let alone if you got a kid and then all of a sudden something super loud comes out of dad's waistband, right? You know what I'm saying? Like Hearing Pro, carry some freaking earplugs at least. They're light. They don't weigh anything. 507 Tactical has cheap ones right now for over the ear style. Oh, okay. I'll check that out. Denti-U grip. I don't know what that is.
No, Denture grip.
Oh yeah. To hold them in there. That's hilarious.
How did I know what that was?
I'm
Dan?
not that old. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's an older man's game.
So I've heard. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's funny.
I keep hitting mute.
Oh, you're good.
So go ahead.
There's a set that Coleon Noir sells on his website. They're kind of expensive.
Axel.
Are they called Axel?
I think he's repping the Axles.
What do they run?
Like 2 something.
Sheesh.
I know.
But they're Bluetooth. Like you're going to buy a new set of earbuds for everyday use anyways.
Yeah, and then the tactical butterflies flying around track on your Bluetooth and swack you. By the way, Red Dawn, I think the algorithm's hitting the remote control aerials and the things that take off from runways. So maybe avoid that for a minute in your algorithm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but everybody talking about that's numbers are way down.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on with YouTube. I can't wait to just relocate and just do some outdoors filming stuff.
Same. I was looking at there's a little guy. It's like 100 and some change. It tracks you, so you can either set it to like run beside you, or you can set it to walk in front of you, and it flies. It folds up like to the size of a phone, like 2 phones stacked on top of each other. It's really light. I don't remember what it was called, but I was looking at it. So like if you do run and gun stuff, I was like, dude, that would be dope. Or like if you do rucking videos, so you don't have like a selfie stick or whatever, you can like run side shots, in front of you shots, behind you shots.
That's pretty cool.
I know. It was pretty cool. I thought about picking one up, but me run, who wants to see that?
I got the one where like I can mount my phone to my head or my chest.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's kind of tricky. It's not the best. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as good as the GoPro, for sure not.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my hands on the GoPro. Lawfully sent me a mount to slap it on a pew pew. Well,
I didn't.
You sent me a link, and I was looking at it pretty hard.
Okay.
You sent it.
I've been watching scope reviews like a freaking jackrabbit, trying to figure out what LPVO to go with.
Yeah, man, it's a tough call. It depends on your
Mhm.
area, depends on the budget, and ultimately it depends on what site you like, and how much glass you think you need.
I mean, a 1 to 8 is my max that I would go, but I think I prefer a 1 to 6 because I think you get just better image quality out of 1 to 6s.
As a guy who rocks 1 to 6 with a 300-yard training range, I want more glass. That's just me. I want more than a 1x6. Like, I want 1x10 or like 1x12 if they make that.
They make the 2 to 12.
Yeah, that might not be bad.
Honestly, on 2X, even at like 15 yards, like unless you're trying to like do 2 eyes open and like walk and shoot, and that's why I have a red dot on top, so I could do that. But the 2X is phenomenal, dude. Like I almost don't really think I need a 1X.
Dude, I shoot my one on 1X with both eyes open now.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
Oh.
fine. I got the donut Vortex, put it on a freaking chest target.
Which
getting swacked.
Vortex you got?
Strike Eagle 2. Yeah. I picked that joint up when it first came out for 300 and then jumped to 6 for a minute. But I know they got some better stuff out now. But I love that thing.
How bright is it in the daytime?
It's bright.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. Like, it's not quite red dot bright, but then you don't have like that little spark where it shoots off. Especially like I got people with astigmatism in my group, and they hate red dots because of that. Like my buddy R, like that's why I got the green dot on my dagger so he could check it out, which solved his astigmatism issue with the red dot. So then he picked up a green dot for his backup rifle. It works. Yeah, with the LPVO, he doesn't have like the little starring splash.
All right, I'll tell you all the ones that are in my cart.
Buy them all.
It's like, yeah, right. I can't. There's going to be a trash can button hit. The Add-A-Ball 1 to 8, which is on like a crazy sale.
Sheesh.
0.5 MOA adjustments. The Athlon Gen 2 Argos 1 to 8.
Heard that's pretty good.
Trijicon Credo 1 to 6.
Loaded.
The Athlon Midas Gen 2 HD 1 to 6. Vortex Viper PST 1 to 6. Vortex Venom 1 to 6. And a Vortex Strike Eagle 1 to 6.
I heard good things about the Venom.
Hey, let me ask you something about that. When you're looking at all those, what is your deciding factor? Is it price point, or is it are they? I mean, how are they different from each other? Just quality, or?
So the biggest difference is for me, because I feel like they're all in that same range. I might throw the Burris Fast Fire, or what is it, the Burris RT6 in there too. But I think my goal would be not to get something made in China, to either get something made in the Philippines or Japan if possible. A lot of these are made in China. If I went the price route, I would grab the cheapest one that I feel like would work and then hold on to that until I could get something like the Trijicon or the EOTech or something like that.
Yes.
And then one of the main factors for me is brightness of the reticle, because if I'm outdoors and I have a 1X, I want to, I mean, I'm probably still going to put a red dot on it, so it's maybe not that big of a deal. But the reticle consideration is probably one of the biggest things, is like, how do I think this reticle is going to do with my eyes?
Yeah. Here you go, Red Dawn.
What
Get that Tasco, bro. Get that Tasco 4x32 rimfire. That's all you need.
4x32?
That's funny.
Honestly, weight is a factor too. Like, I really am trying to go as light and small as possible.
With that goes up the price. What's up, C&T? How you doing?
The Athlons are heavy.
Who was that was asking if it was me on here?
Let me roll back up.
Wow, the Vortex Viper is really heavy.
It's fine. You'll be fine.
22.
That was Daniel Akers.
I mean, if I had the money to buy the Trijicon Credo, that's what I'd go with.
Yeah,
it's pretty pricey. Not primary arms. You don't have primary arms on your list? Sheesh.
I have one primary arms I've been looking at. Hold on, I sent it to Risky. I was talking to Risky about it.
Man, we gonna get Risky again this week?
Where?
Anyway, I'll take him any day of the week. Yeah.
I know, right? So there's an SLX 1 to 6 that they sell which has the Aurora reticle. So it has the same reticle that the 5X micro prism has, where it doesn't have the donut to death. It just has the illuminated chevron with the drops inside wind holds. But I like the idea of that. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Is it going to be enough in there? I wish that the Christmas tree illuminated instead of just the chevron, because then you could just put the whole tree on something with two eyes open at close range.
Yep. That's what Vortex does. I tell you what, man. But, I mean, it's different for me because, let's be real, mostly what I shoot's varmints and coyotes. I've taken a couple deer with it, but it's nothing crazy.
I think I'm going to go with the Adiball, to be honest with you. And I think I'm just going to choose it because it is so cheap right now. It's like $240. And it's a decent scope. It's a 1:8. It's got a good reticle. It's fairly light. It just we'll see. I think it's worth trying at the price point to
just get the Monstrum. You can get two of them.
No, I'm good.
I got a Monstrum on a joint. It's running fine.
I have the Monstrum 3-18. Does anybody want it? I'll sell it to them for $50.
There you go, chat. Hit it up.
3 to 15.
What's up?
You can drop it in this tax swap.
Yeah, the tactical
Discord.
swap page on the Discord. See if anybody needs it.
I'd sell it for $25.
That's how much he loves it, guys.
You're paying shipping though. I have the I'm gonna just I'm starting to sell everything that's sitting around and it's not getting used or has a plan to be used.
Make a gear swap deal on your Discord. You'll get stuff moved around.
Yeah, I got a Discord with some local guys that I drop stuff in sometimes, but like I got to take a picture of it and pull it out and get it
all
going.
that work.
I have the what is it? The 6-24. What's that company? The cheap one with the Japanese glass that everybody likes.
I don't know. Arkin. I just picked one up. Now you make me feel bad.
Oh, but you got the what? The 4-14?
4x16 by 50.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, it's going on my main deer rifle. I'm starting to get old. I need more glass.
Starting to get old.
It's the same thing that keeps me from being a male underwear model. Get it all out, take a picture of it.
Yeah. After you put the teeth tweezers away.
Good to see you, Drew.
All that time.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, Drew's good stuff. I'm alive and breathing today. Good, Drew.
Amen.
Glad you're doing good, brother. Hopefully you stay good. Slideshow Bob, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, I got nothing planned for tonight's chat. I thought about doing the book, but I was like, I don't know how long I was going to do this joint. Honestly, I thought I was going to hop on Red Dawn's and lurk in the chat at minimum. But then he's all like, I'll just hop into your chat, Muffin. I was like, come on now, pulling the lazy card, Red Dawn. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all good. I just want to sell feet pics. Dude, same CT. I'll send him my toenails for $100. Give me the envelope. EOTech is worth the money of close range, of close exchange of ideas. I tell you what, man, I got one EOTech we mess with. It's a Gen 2 or 3, and I fucking hate that thing. I really do. R hates it. He can't see it worth a damn with his astigmatism. He still got it. It just don't work. It just don't work as good as what, like, I mean, it ain't Call of Duty. Just saying. And it could just be because it's an older one, but man, with my experience with that, I would never waste a dime on a damn EOTech. Just saying. That's just me. Could be wrong.
They're tough as nails. But if you have an astigmatism, it's like looking at static. They do eat batteries too. They don't have a terribly long runtime.
Yeah.
They've improved that with the newer ones. It's better. But
Arkin's got an
It's-
8 by 28. Oh, a 1 by 8 by 28. Okay. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. They got a 189er, 1 by 6 by 24. That ain't bad.
the guys with nods love EOTechs. Evidently, they look the best under night vision.
Yeah, I'm a poor. I don't have that problem. Justin B, you want a link, buddy?
You're underfunded, not poor. Poor is a state of mind.
Yeah. My funds go to better causes than my pew pew room. After all of that's squared away, then I get the scraps that are left. I did schwack my body. After that, me and R went and we walked a couple miles. Walked his dog. I took the boy out. He wanted to go for a walk. So after that 1.5 I did on stream, I went and walked around town and all that. And we went to the PARK. We was there for a couple hours. I think we're going to get him a rock polisher. He's like super into checking out rocks. Well, Grandpa was talking about getting him a rock polisher. So, Justin B, why can I not find your damn... Send me a message. Oh, wait, you just did. I'm retarded.
Same Reaper. Love my Pro.
There you go, buddy.
Patrol Rifle Optic.
Patrol Rifle Optica.
Mm-hmm.
Calhoun's still sick. Dang, man. Dude, everybody's getting sick, man. Dude, my wife, if she has strep throat and I get it, I'm going to be so pissed. 10mm gang, what up, PNW? Hey, yeah, man, I like 10 milli. There's your cat alarm, lawfully.
Oh.
I think some chemical got spilled on it. What? What did I miss? I ordered some stuff on the cheap. EVA Pro Rust Substitute. Gonna try and fix the rust on my Coleman lantern.
Evaporust.
Oh, I'm retarded. Thank you. Some chemical got on it. Man, I tell you what, I got a freaking brand new Coleman lantern that takes the 1 pound cylinders I ain't using. I'll throw it in Gear Page, Galloon, if you want it. I have dedicated my propane for cooking only at the moment, and the buddy heater. Have plenty of alternate lighting. It's brand new. I literally haven't used it. I bought it when a small camping store went out of business. I went in, I bought all of their crossbow bolts, all of their freaking crossbow tips. I bought all of their fishing line and gear they had left. I was so pissed because I went in. They had a super freaking nice black powder rifle that I told the guy, I don't have cash. I don't have a check. They wouldn't take a card. I'm like, dude, I will be back tomorrow to buy this thing. And we agreed on $350. Dude, this thing was going for like $1,000. And I was so freaking stoked to come in and get it. And I went in there and they had nothing left. Nothing left on the gun counter. Like when I was there, some old timer had his wife come in and she bought all the boxes of 30-30 they had because he's a FUD, 30-30, never gonna die. I thought that was funny. But yeah, dude, I wanted that black powder so bad. It was so freaking nice. Like the one I'm shooting now, it's actually my father-in-law's, but I mean, it's pretty nice. I think he's got like 800 in it. He shot it twice to sight it in, and he got one deer with it, and I cut the deer up for him. And I've shot it 11 times now because I missed. I shot that one way far this year. I shot it 11 times, and I've taken 8 or 9 deer with it. It's a good gun. That gun's put a lot of meat in the freezer. But my kids have had fevers the last 2 weeks, still waiting to catch it. Oh shit, Justin B. Got to see a night, so I like my EOTech. Oh, okay. Well, you're loaded, Phil R. You got the nods, bro. That's cool. What would you? Okay, Phil R. If you got the question for you, if you got the nods, would you rather a dot or an LPVO that's illuminated? If that was your options, I would assume probably just a dot. But like if it was just like a standard little like hollow sun, or an aim point or something, or like whatever LPVO that you would grab.
What is he talking about?
He was talking about he was loaded with nods, so he likes his EOTech.
Nice. I need to get some nods.
Yeah, I need that. I need that in my life. I don't know if I need it in a hurry, but it would be nice.
For sure. I do think, regardless of whether you have nods or not, I think risers are the way.
As far as how you attach with the helmet?
No, I mean the risers for your optics.
Gotcha.
I think like at least 1.7 minimum. And I think 1.93 is like perfect. I think once you do the 2.26, it's a little high. Like if you're only running nods with it, the 2.26 is probably good. But like,
yeah, they're down on the dot for sure. Okay, just a question since we were talking about LPVOs.
You're part of the skyscraper gang.
Yeah, I mean, it really just helps me to stay more upright. So like, I've learned now, instead of like just driving into my gun, is just bring the dot up like I do my pistol. Like the dot just comes to my face and the stock goes into my shoulder, and it's a lot more natural position to be in, I think. And if you're shooting for like long periods of time, or you're having to hold that rifle up for a long time, staying in that like very tense position is hard on the body.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I put Coyote on the run, and if I would have had one more shot, I would have got him, but he dipped down in the draw. From corner to corner on a section. I don't know if you all know what that distance is, but that is roughly, fuck, I gotta Google it. I don't even know. It's a fucking jaunt. And I got 3-round mags on my bolt, and I would have had him in one more shot. He hit the afterburners. I seen the dust kick up on him. Corner to corner on a section.
Oh man, I didn't know that guy.
I held that up the whole time.
Yeah.
I had no idea they made risers.
That is distance. Come on, you stupid internet.
I do think it's better to have less gear, less tools, and better tools than a bunch of, like, either way you're gonna, I think you'll be fine in the long run. But I think like for storage purposes and long like spent money in the long run, I do think like the buy once cry once thing actually saves you money.
Loaded. Yeah, I'm also on the because like I got that Monstrum LPVO for somebody to try a different green, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was worth 150 muffins for somebody to see if they could see it with astigmatism or not.
Yeah, I mean, what magnification is it?
It's a 1x8 Monstrum. The scope's kind of cool. It's like a rectangle with a dot in the middle of it, but the rectangle goes up and down. I kind of like it actually.
Nice. So it doesn't have any holdovers. It's just a rectangle with a dot in the center of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I mean, as long as you're just point shooting, I wouldn't see why it would be a bad thing. I feel like Monstrum has come a long way with their internals.
I'm not saying I want to go to war with it or nothing, but it's there until she breaks.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that if definitely application matters. Like if you're just throwing it on something to shoot coyotes that are at 70 yards and you're just point of impact,
Oh yeah.
you know, and you zero it to the distance you want, I think you're pretty good.
Oh my God. Why?
Here's the real truth to your buy once, cry once. Even if you buy it and it ends up being something you don't like, usually if you went ahead and bought the nice name brand thing, it retains more of its resale value than buying the lesser tier item.
100%. And
So even if you're not happy,
easier,
you can recoup your funds.
and it's easier to sell because people want it. Like trying to get someone to rebuy a Monstrum scope at $60, like you have to know somebody that just needs a scope, you know, and doesn't really care.
Pat Wright, why are you not in this chat? You maniac. I cannot find
I'm
the
dropping.
I'm sorry.
I'm dropping the panel's channel links in the chat. If everyone will go sub, that'd be super.
I don't know about 300 blackout. I think if you have the money to run 300 blackout often, it's great, but I think it's imagine filling up the cost of like a 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor, but you can load 30 in a magazine and dump it in 5 seconds. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem for 300 blackout for me is it's too easy to shoot it and it costs a lot.
Yeah, fair enough.
Coop's got it. If you don't train, it doesn't matter what you pay for it.
That is 100% true.
100%. But if you do train and you're going to put a lot of rounds through it and you're going to beat it up, it's probably better to have something that is able to take that amount of training. You don't want to like beat something up that you if you plan on training a lot and you got some weak stuff that may not hold its zeros or may not internally do what you need to do long term. Now you just beat up the stuff that you had. Shit hits the fan. You got a bunch of beat up cheap shit, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
But
There is a price point. I think that Vortex offers a pretty quality product, but
For
their
sure.
little safety net of they're basically replace anything
Mhm.
should also let you guys know that they know their stuff is going to break. When if you have a
Mhm.
higher end glass, like Leopold also will replace their stuff, but they don't have to advertise, like because they know their shit's good. Like if for whatever reason your gun falls off the back of your quad or something when you're driving and it busts the glass, they'll replace it. But
See,
within certain
from
things.
what I hear with Vortex, one of the reasons they do it is because their QC isn't that good.
It could be. Muffin Top's never been loaded enough to shoot anything more than a Vortex, so
I have not seen, relative to the number sold, I have not seen a disproportional number of Vortex items that get sent back.
Well, that's a good thing.
yeah, they're good.
Oh.
But you know that's one of their big main selling points. It's like when you go buy a pistol and it says, "Oh, right out the box, this trigger's better than a Glock trigger." How many times have we talked that to death? You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's your selling point. I'll just buy the Glock. You know, it's gonna work.
I think Glock is seriously like why get anything else unless you want something that has an optic cut, and if you do, save up, buy a Gen 3 used Glock, police trade in, and buy a slide on eBay.
Yeah, or just send it off and get it cut for 100 muffins at freaking anybody.
Do that
I mean,
too.
really,
Yeah.
you know,
Lenny McGill's store.
If you're running irons, there's no reason to not just buy a police trade-in Glock.
Dude, I love my police trade-ins. I have a lot of rounds through police trade-ins. I saved a lot of money to get the training and get figured out what I needed. And I'm fine with irons, but yeah, man, dot is fast. A dot is fast.
Did you guys see how much the top Vortex costs? Which one is?
Whoa, I think you kicked yourself out there, Red Dawn. I don't know where he was going with that. I don't know if he was going to say a SHOT Show. I haven't checked prices on glass on anything at SHOT Show. Waffly or anybody. Yeah, you're back. I think you kicked yourself there, Red Dawn.
Yeah, I hit the wrong X.
Oops.
Did you guys see how much the Razer HD costs?
Uh-uh.
The Vortex Razer is like $3,000.
Holy bejesus. I'm good.
Do you know how much a 1 to 6 Night Force costs?
No, I've never.
Like $1,700.
Oh, Jesus.
So, like, what do you do with those? Put them in a display case and put them on your shelf?
Bro, if you spend that much money, you better run the piss out of it.
If you're spending that kind of money, that is your day job. Like, you're using that every day to keep you alive for your job. Like, honestly, there's no point in spending that kind of money unless you're a comp shooter or something.
Bro,
I couldn't justify
that's the price of a car.
Dude, yeah. Like, there ain't no way.
That's what my wife said. I was looking at scopes and she was like, if you even think about doing that before buying me a car, I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking at it.
Just looking.
Yeah, just looking.
40 Smith & Wesson LE 350 muffins. There you
Dude,
go, Phil.
I was looking at jobs today to try to work for Smith & Wesson and Glock.
That'd be cool. Dude, Phil, get two, bro. Get two. Dude, I've been running. Okay, you can just do, and I know Lawfully's going to yell at me. Seriously, just a conversion barrel, and you can run 9 milli out of a 40. It's like shooting a heavier barrel. I have been doing it for literally years with zero issues, other than when I needed to change that extractor because I had about 8,000 rounds on that piece. Well, yeah.
Did you switch to magazines too, or did you keep using the same magazines?
No, you got to change the mags. So you just change the mags and the barrel, and you're good. Now, if you run 10 milli, you can run the same mags with 40 ammo in the 10 milli mag, but it's not quite as reliable. Because I had a 10 milli joint for a minute, and I had to trade it off to a bodywork guy to fix something on a truck.
See, when I first did that conversion barrel, I was using my 40 mags, and they work.
Not
but
great.
if you get gangster with them, they'll start popping out the top.
Yeah, Drew, I'm telling you, I thousands of rounds through it, no issues.
Through what?
40 with just a 9 milli conversion barrel and swapping mags to 9 mil. I got a 22 and a 23. I shoot the piss out of them. R has a 22. A whole bunch of people in my mag picked up 22s with the conversion barrels. They run fucking fine.
Yeah, it's a 40 to 9 conversion barrel.
Yep, that's all we did to them, and they run because we all try to get standardized. We picked them up cheap, so everybody we do that. You can do 357 SIG if you want, but you don't have to. And then we all got a 22 conversion for it. So yeah, SHTF, you shoot 3 calibers out of one handgun.
The ejector is different, but I have heard of people not changing the ejector and running it.
Yep.
But you should. It's less than $10.
No, that's what Will always
no more
tells
than
me.
$10.
He's like, just change it. And I'm like, well, sometimes, like right now, I got my 23 running all of my 40 mags at a stash spot.
Without the conversion?
40. Yeah, it's just I'm just running it in 40. So it just has all of my 40 mags are just chilling with that joint right now, loaded and chilling on a stack of some 40.
I don't see nothing wrong with 40.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I got no problem with it, but I have a shitload of 40. I'm not gonna not use it. That's gonna be the first ammo I train everybody with when SHTF to get everybody on par with where I think we should all be at.
I think
Save the 9 milli.
Kick Up does said it, but like by the end of shit hits the fan, the only two things left will be 40 and 22 long rifle.
Well, then I'm good because I got a shitload of both. Kick It Up does. That's funny. I like 40. Dude, there's a lot of 40 out there, man. A lot of security, a lot of police, a lot of what was that? Was that IES? They bought how many fucking rounds of that? And now they're going to the border. Did you see Trump's reallocating all them people that Biden hired for border security now? Border Patrol run 40. FBI switched.
Border Patrol runs 9.
Really? I have been told by a Border Patrol guy he's running a 40.
They are like your local police department, where if they have something that was on the approved list, they can call with it and carry it. But
Oh.
Border Patrol is issuing 9mm Glocks.
Probably price now. Might as well get synced up. I don't blame them. It's cheap. It's cheaper. Get a couple more rounds out of it.
I wonder how hard SIG is working on a new gun to replace the 320.
Dude, they better be working hard. They lost that military contracts going back open again this year, I think.
It's already over.
Is it over? Okay.
No, but I'm guarantee you, the Glock X is gonna win out. The 19X, the 47. You can change the slides now. You can have a long one, a short one. You could run.
That's the only reason why they lost it, right? Because they only submitted one piece instead of two. That was the requirement.
Not true. That's not true.
I heard that they did want a modular. They asked for a modular setup, and then I think SIG undercut them on price.
It all came down to money.
Yep.
That's why Glock sued. The backstrap satisfied the modular part of the modular handgun system.
The backstrap did.
It's modular, right? It comes with 3.
that's a rough one.
Fix it when it breaks, Bill R said. There you go.
Shoot. Glock's gonna get it again.
I think being able to shoot 40 is a good idea, because way back when we were having the panic buys and you couldn't find 9mm to save your life, there was still 40 on the shelves usually.
Yep.
Old Muffin Top picked up 2 security gigs, and I got to go requal with this 40 because my name's on that 23, so that's why it's chilling on 40 right now. So Muffin Top's got to get back to work with that. But that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Especially when they're going to pitch. I think they're going to pitch me 500 rounds for each contract to shoot. So that's cool. Get some free range time in.
Take that 500 rounds, throw a 22 conversion barrel in your gun, go shoot some 22.
Well,
just pocket that ammo.
Well, Muffin Top did gain a nice stack of 40 by doing something very similar, but
in Minecraft.
Yeah. So that's cool.
On GTA 5.
Yeah. That's fun. I've told you guys I'm pretty much just running snap caps right now, trying to save all the ammo, because especially this is what I really wanted to start the conversation with, but we squirreled way hard left field. I've been seeing a lot of videos on the getting ahead of the tariffs for pricing, and like we said, dude, glass we was just talking about, dude, optics, all that shit comes from China, dude. All your solar stuff, all of your comms, like Muffin Top's probably about to hit up Jay and get me a couple sets of radios. That shit's all going to go up. And what's left in states is what you got, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you need solar generators, you need panels, solar lights. If you need solar anything, scoop it up now, man. I mean, forego that new sexy Glock, and maybe you're going to swap a pew out. Maybe you get yourself set up on solar. Maybe you get yourself set up on optics and all your stuff. Get all your stuff Gucci'd out the exact same way you want it. Have your go-tos squared away. If you were thinking about piggybacking your 45 at a dot, pick it up now. We've been talking about the last few chats,
I want a freaking aim point.
Yeah.
Sweden.
Sweden?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. So look where that stuff's coming. Mexico just got smacked. 25, and China got an additional 10. So for now, that should be interesting. But hit that up. Get your medical stuff, because a lot of that shit's not made here, bro. Just saying.
I know Crackshot Preparedness is having a Valentine's Day sale. His kit he sent me was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I need to get a hold of that guy. That thing was looking sick. Did you do a in-depth on that yet? I think you just
No.
flashed it on camera, right?
Yep, I'm going to.
Yeah, dude, that looks good.
I kind of don't want to open it all up and mess it up, but I guess I have to.
Well, you can like leave
No.
all like the compressed gauze and stuff in a bag or whatever. You don't have to open gauze. We know what that looks like, right?
Yeah. But I got to do it. It's awesome stuff. It really is.
Who was that
Tariff
from?
on Canada? Yeah, I did see that.
Crackshot Preparedness.
Yeah, you got a link for that?
I think it's just crackshotpreparedness.com.
Oh, you don't have a Red Dawn link on that?
Nah.
Dang.
Bro.
I tell you what, though, with the tariffs, I might be snagging a couple goon beams quick.
Yeah, crackshotpreparedness.com.
Calhoun said they're bitching and moaning. Canada's economy's in the fucking shredder right now, dude. They're not doing good. There's a lot of countries not doing good right now. And I think that's probably, if you see all the countries that have failed this last year and went total chaos, dude, like, I thought he was a mod, Red Dawn.
Probably because I'm in the Rumble studio.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
You got to run split screen and comment in the live chat on YouTube.
Yeah.
Good call.
But yeah.
It's hard work, but it's an honest living.
That's good. Lovely. Canada's bitching and moaning. What did they get? Dude, yeah. Honestly, I think the tariffs are going to work, but the initial slump of everything taking over and trying to figure out where funds are going, which I think the Doge is definitely going to help with that. If you cut out all the extreme amount, dude, I say probably 60% of what the government spends is bullshit. When we cut that out, we will be fine. But you got to weed out those problems. It takes time. They're doing a good job, but it's going to you're going to see a lag and things are going to get expensive. Muffin Top and R just basically sat down and, dude, I think I'm pulling the trigger. I got a dog kennel that I don't have a bird dog for right now because we have a little pocket pooch inside, and I won't buy a new dog until that one's done. Out of respect, I think one dog is fine.
I just dropped Prepared Citizens link too, man. So I
we pimp out Jay quite a bit. I like Jay. He's a good dude.
Hell yeah.
I bought stuff from
Already ahead of you.
Oh yeah. Lawfully's hit it up a couple. Lawfully's his biggest supporter, man. Dude, this guy buys like 10 Slishmans a week. I swear to God.
I need to get some Slishmans.
Dude, they are so nice. We went to the zoo this weekend because it was like 50 degrees, and it was we took advantage of the weather here before we get a blizzard this next weekend. It's looking like. Yeah, man. I had 2 Slishmans in my pocket. They weigh nothing. You can't see them. They're great. I had a TQ in my jacket. That's the big thing is, and I have one in my son's diaper bag with the D choker. Minimum. That's what they're for, man. They're for kids. They're really good for kids. So
I've got a video planned to show my Riker nylon gear ankle IFAC.
yeah,
I'm gonna rebuild it. Gonna rebuild it with a couple of the Slishmans in there in lieu of the SWAT T.
Ooh. Getting fancy.
Getting away from this.
Yeah, I need to get me an ankle rig. I've been thinking about that. I've been carrying a lot more medical for like stop bleed, and I need to get some. Those gauze pads, quick clot gauze pads. I think that's good stuff. It's supposed to snow here all week, Drew in Oregon. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's about to fire back up. We always get a blizzard right about the end of February, beginning of March here in Nebraska, and they're usually probably the nastiest one of the winter.
Dude, it's so hot right now where I'm at.
I'm jealous.
I mean, I guess, yeah, I could fit.
Lawfully stacking a pocket pussy. Okay, I mean, carry whatever you got to carry, man.
You said pocket pooch.
Well, yeah, it's a little 10-pound dog. It is a pocket pooch. Need more Schlishmans. Want them all over creation, dude. Yes. I actually just got a hold of some people at a school, and I think that we got some people lined up. We're gonna do the ask and the maybe the donation for this school for the medical. Like we were talking, like maybe put 10 Schlishmans and a couple tourniquets in each classroom. I think that'd be something that we could get a lot of people on board with. We got some big pocket people that, you know, a couple $100 for a medical donation for their kids, you know. Phil R said, F you, Red Dawn. What's going on over here? Oh, Florida's baking again. Phil must be cold, bro.
Bro,
Calhoun, what is
it's
the
like
Schlishman?
90 degrees hot.
I'm going to pull up a Google. Schlishman pressure wrap.
It was nice enough. We went for a motorcycle ride today, but we got caught when the sun went down. It got a little chilly.
All right. Jeez, eBay has this thing for 18 muffins. That is outrageous.
Wow.
My ideal temperature is like 50, right at 50.
Can I do price with this? I don't know what Chinook medical gear is, but they're cheap here.
Yeah, it's only guns. You only have to worry about showing prices on guns.
Okay, good. So this is the Schlishman pressure wrap, and basically you wrap it around, you put it over your appendage here, and you just cinch it tight, and you keep wrapping it with the Velcro side up, and you can't fuck it up. They come in black. The one I carry in my son's bag's orange, so somebody else can find it if I'm not there. But they're ideally made for your lacerations like this, but they work for kids for like a TQ and pets.
Nice.
So you can't fuck it up, right? And if you need to bandage up somebody's arm like this, or you get a cut and you got some gauze or whatever on somebody's arm, you can also pressure wrap like the arm. But they do work as TQs, kids and pets targeted. So, you know, I know a lot of people used to carry a rats for kids because they said, you know, the SWAT wouldn't get it because they're too small. They can't get tight enough to pinch the bone, right? Well, here you go. This is better than a rats, I think, 100%. And our boy Jay,
The rats.
what? Go for it. I could be wrong. I don't know.
The concern with rats wasn't that they wouldn't get arterial occlusion on children. It's that people say that unless you use exactly correct technique, you can't get arterial occlusion on an adult.
Gotcha. Okay. Adult.
But these
All right.
carry anything that you could say good about a rat, you can do with the Schlishman, and the Schlishman's lighter, and
And
it doesn't
better.
have the little buckle.
Right. And I think the next issue with the rats is it can deteriorate over time, right? And it snap on you because it's basically just like silicone or rubber or some shit.
It's like a big bungee.
Right. Where this is obviously better. And actually, Jay had the dude who made this on his channel, and he wants Jay to shoot it and see if it works. That's how confident he is in the product, which is bitching, actually.
That was the next link I was going to drop in, was Dr. Sam Schlishman's channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Check that out, dude. Seriously, I taught my wife and a couple people at church how to run this thing in like 5 minutes. And we have implemented them into our church along with the tourniquets. We have people that are a little bit better. We got a nurse and a veterinarian that are going to kind of do like a ragtag, like stop the bleed course for our church. But like we already do like our active shooter drill, things like that. Muffin Top's on the security team for that.
Nice.
We do it, you know. So if you have people you love, you have you know your kids are in school, whatever. If they're at a daycare, talk to them about it. Worst case scenario, you donate 10 of them. You don't think $100 that could maybe save, 10 kids isn't worth it? You're not going to miss $100 in your life. Trust me, you're not going to miss it. Donating it, if you have to be the one, ain't that bad.
Very true.
And if you get, other people involved, all the better, because that means you can get more, So that's cool. The buckle on the rats is metal. Yeah, see, that don't make a lot of sense with the type of material it's made out of. I can see maybe packing a wound with that thing also. Yeah. I don't know, Jace. I don't know if he's going to do a video on that or whatever, but I am a pretty big believer in it. I think if you're carrying a TQ, there ain't no way you can't also carry a Slishman with you. They weigh nothing, man. I slip them in my back pocket. You can't see it.
You could probably use a second one as a pressure bandage over the wound once it's packed.
Yep. I think they have a really, really good place. And every time we talk about them, we get questions like, what's a Slishman? That means nobody knows about it, right? So I think they should.
So we better buy them now before word gets out and the price goes up.
Yeah. Well, medical, is not made here. So with all this tariff stuff, that's going to go up too. Muffin Top has some videos coming out, which, oh man, I need to look at this thing.
Didn't somebody say you can use one as a sling too, like an arm sling?
Yeah, it
they-
showed in that
they-
picture.
Yeah, they showed. Well, he's probably driving. Yeah, they showed. They had it rigged up on a kid so that way it would like immobilize like a broken arm. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with them. Worst case scenario, active shooter scenario. You could say, "Hey, I'm the dude with the orange sash on. Don't cap me, homie." You know what I mean? At the very worst. But if you have dogs, dude, we've had bird dogs get cut real bad with barbed wire. I mean, I know a guy gave mouth to mouth to a dog. I watched it. I was a kid. I was terrified. I think I was like 10 years old. I'm like, what is happening? It's like this big fat fucking dog went out and tried to walk what we walk, and he about passed out and died. Like, for your pets too, man. Like, especially Red Dawn, you got some big dogs. They're your family. They're your security team, right? Well, it works on dogs.
What the Slishman?
Yep.
Yeah, my computer died for a second. I had to get it back.
You good? You good?
I'd like to see that actually happening, because unless the dog is unconscious, I don't see them letting that happen or leaving that on. Because if it's done right, it hurts.
Well,
So canines and children have lower blood pressure, so you don't have to apply as much tension to achieve arterial occlusion. You can go wide with it too. That's the neat thing. So you can go wide with it and still restrict blood flow.
I dig that. Yeah,
Not to say that it wouldn't still hurt, but
watch Dr. Slishman's video. That'd be a good deal to watch for everybody. Send
He's got
everybody away with home.
He's got a bunch of digestible shorts that you can watch, and he asks people to submit uses, alternative uses for the product. Like he's wanting to grow a library of things you can use it for.
That's badass, dude. Maybe I'll see if I can get him on the channel or something.
Like nothing replaces a cat tourniquet when you need an intentional adult tourniquet. But for people that are not committed to carrying a cat tourniquet on them all the time, the Slishman is an easy thing to integrate into everyday life because it weighs nothing. Like you can fit two of them in your back pocket.
Yeah, nothing.
And since it's got so many alternative uses, medical and non-medical, like it's an easy thing to sell somebody on. Like, hey, buddy, start carrying this every day too.
Yeah. Yeah, old Lawfully's been handing them out to people that he digs and he thinks that'll actually integrate it to carry, and that's a good thing, man.
For sure. Did you guys see the video of I think it was like 4 months ago, but I was just watching it tonight, and it was like some dude at the river that like went nuts and stabbed a bunch of people.
Dude, that's been happening everywhere. Colorado, New York, the border. Been going nuts.
Stabbed a bunch of kids.
That's so fucked.
Bro, knife wounds are worse than gunshots.
Yeah. I'm good. There's a reason why they say, the 15-foot rule for a knife, and I dare say that's too close.
I think it's
21
20. I
foot.
think it's 21 feet.
Is it? Okay.
The tooler drill, it's 21 feet.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, dude. You get some cracked out dude running with the blade, man. It's just scary shit.
Mhm.
And even that's not a hard, fast rule.
Yeah.
No,
Some dudes can get pumped 17 in the chest and still keep moving for a while.
Yeah. It's interesting time.
have y'all seen that? Have you seen that video of the like fat older cop that's walking backwards down the median, and the
Yeah.
camera angle is from inside one of the vehicles, and the dude's just advancing on him, just full stepping, and they're like at punching distance from each other. But the cop's walking backwards while the perp's walking forwards, and he, like he said, he just eats up a whole mag of 40.
We gotta find a way to
Like
carry
right
the
off-
swim trunks, Calhoun said.
I think that's why you should always have a fighting knife with you, a straight blade, because you dump that round and they keep coming, man, and you end up getting close. You're gonna want to have a blade end up like that Ukrainian fight, but at least he's already leaking.
I carry two, bro. I carry a fixed blade in the front, scout, and I carry the folder. Pelvic girdle.
Yeah.
Drew from Oregon said 21 feet and you have a gun. Bro?
Yeah,
Tweakers,
I'm
man.
not a cop. I can get off the X. That's always an option too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kowloon Republic's got it. You're not coming towards me if you can't walk. If you start crawling after me like the Terminator, I'm gonna run.
Ask questions later, Phil R. said, yeah, he got it. Pelvic girdle. I tell you what, man, I've been,
Hearts and minds.
yep. What Lawfully
For
said.
for somebody that's had a broken pelvis, yeah. If something happens down there, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. There's a lot of bleeds to stop right there, right?
Oof.
Can't tourniquet a tank.
Yep. Poking holes with a blade probably wouldn't do much more than poking holes with a gat. Calhoun, you can cut tendons, which means they lose function of their hands. You take their hands out of the fight, they're not fighting anymore. Don't take a lot. You ever hang a deer and cut it, and you cut that back tendon when you're hanging her by her freaking rear legs? She drops quick.
Why's it got to be a girl?
Well, whatever, a dude, whatever.
Do you ever successfully shoot bucks?
Yes, sir, I do. You're a bastard, by the way.
Don't rub it in. It's too soon.
Yeah, this is the first year in my entire life hunting deer since I was 12 years old that I had not shot a deer, okay? It hurts.
Got that buck fever, and
I did. It wasn't that buck fever. It was 5 bucks, and they were all fucking monsters, okay?
they just all moved around your bullet like Neo.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it, but there they are. They made it, and they ate in the back of the truck, okay? None of it was ideal. All of it was muffin top missing. So
Were you using that monster?
no. Nope. I had too many sprinting shots at distance through trees and one hanging out by a pivot and some bales, and I couldn't get a good shot on any of that. And then the muffin top tried to crank one over at 250 with the black powder, and I watched the slug stop about 30 yards in front of it, just smack the ground like it was nothing. And I'm like, yeah, I ran out of gas. That sucks.
Let me ask you something on those sprinting shots. Like, do you Yankees not ever go, meh, and get them to like stop and look?
You ever fucking stop a whitetail in a sprint with anything? You pull a fucking train horn, they're not going to stop.
That depends on how far away they are, whether or not they even hear it or not. And did you ever check your zero after that? Like, are you sure it didn't get knocked off?
No, I hadn't, but that gun has been dead on deer's nuts for years. Maybe it is.
Like
off.
maybe
I don't fucking know.
maybe the mount came loose or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We're about to find out because Muffin Top got all pissed off and bought a new scope to remedy it. So I guess we're about to find out for sure.
Nice.
How
I
many
think
deer y'all shoot?
I think
Lawfully.
you guys just I think you guys just helped talk me out of buying that new Glock Koa.
What? I'm
I'm-
on board for it. I'm literally have a gun trying to fucking trade off right now to get one.
Yeah, I think I still might trade in the SIG or sell the SIG, but then I want to get a clip-on thermal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Can't blame me for that.
Can't blame me for that. The only bolt gun that Drew in Oregon owns is a Mosin. Hey, man, I took a deer with the Mosin. You can do it. Open sights.
I love
Drew,
it.
you're my kind of people. I got one for each hand.
The,
One
the
to
only,
Keith,
tr-
sir.
the only, I'd say the only trouble with that is the lack of hunting ammo.
No,
Not
baby.
easy,
I got
not easy
that
to come
too.
by.
That's Lawfully's LPB. That's your LPOP blasters, right, Lawfully?
That's what I killed my one and only deer with.
Your one and only deer. I shot 6 deer
And
last
he-
year, Lawfully.
That's good for you.
Yeah, not so much this year. It's all right. My pride hurts a little bit. What you said, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny if Lawfully just got quiet all of a sudden because he got kicked out?
No, it's all good. It's my dumbass mistake. It's my dumb. I mean, the last one should have been in the back of the truck.
I can't wait to get my first deer, man.
Dude, yes. Phil said he got 13 deer this year in Wisconsin.
I'm interested
Were they
to
all
do it
permitted
again
up?
just to find out if whether or not I'm broken or not. Because the first time there was no buck fever or nothing. It was like shooting paper. Just the paper fell down.
You're pure evil.
Hmm.
Obviously, you haven't seen a deer worth fucking not even looking at your sights yet, Lawfully. The last big one I shot was a 6x5. I hadn't had him scored yet, but he's bigger than some of the deer in fucking Cabela's, okay?
He's big bodied. He
My
just had
family has
little
deer
6
in
point.
Cabela's, and the Carney Cabela's hanging up right now.
That's cool. My grandmother has a bridge named after her.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah, it's a little bridge. Well, actually, it's a whole walking trail, but and she's still alive.
Rip Curl, what's up? Rip Curl, drop the freaking. Hold on, I'm dropping the Discord. Rip, we need to do a chat sometime, my dude. He's good shit. Is he in the signal? Red?
I don't know if Rip's in my
I don't know
no,
if he is or not.
no, he's not in there.
Shout out to Raptor Man. You know who you are.
Here's the Discord, Rip. Hit me up. This is not. This is Rip. What the fuck is this? Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the Discord link. Any of you hooligans want to hop in, you're more than welcome.
Join the Discord.
Yep.
We've got quite a community of folks
Being all crazy.
share, ideas and prepping finds and
No, you can't wear that hat anymore, Demo Man. Come on now.
clearance alerts and such.
You see that?
Yeah, that's funny. I'm going to show it.
Okay. Oh, crap.
Can't be wearing this no more. That's funny.
Well, our FUD has 2Ds, so you're good.
There you
Okay.
go.
Well, Drew, fix that. We need you to drop in all your nod knowledge on us.
Yeah, Drew, what the heck, man? I need
Fix or it didn't
guidance.
happen.
I'm a poor. I can't be blowing money on stupid crap.
Oh man, Tribe Defense makes a laser. I need a laser rangefinder.
What?
I just saw a video on YouTube. It's showing you how to build your own tubes or your own nods, and they say you can do it for about $800.
Do it and let me know.
Is that the video of the dude using wine gas to purge them?
It might be. I didn't actually watch the video. I just saw the headline there, and
I
I
think I
think I
did see
put
the
it
video you're talking about, Lawfully.
I put it in my saved videos.
Yeah. That was a good idea before Russia Ukraine kicked off. Now I don't know if that's 8 might be right still. I don't know.
Now you're still not quite there as like with a professionalized build. You're still probably going to get fog in extreme temperature swings.
Yeah, I mean, if you got experience doing it and you feel confident doing it, be my guest.
That means Red Dawn's out. He's just gonna buy the good shit.
I mean, if I knew someone that knew how to build them and he built his own set and I could check him out, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it together. I'm down. But yeah, I don't know.
You just need a soldering iron in a relatively clean environment.
Yep.
I kind of wonder, have you ever seen those mushroom growing things that you can get? It's like a sealed
Yeah,
like plastic enclosure,
I
but
had
it
a
has
video on it. It
it
failed.
has like
Like a
it has like
terrarium?
gloves. It's kind of like a terrarium, but it has gloves that you can reach into it and water it or whatever without disturbing the environment. I wonder if you couldn't fill something up with that like that with nitrogen and close it up inside of there.
You can get nitrogen at Costco. They fill your tires with it.
That's a little bit different. It's not like the pure stuff.
Gotcha.
There's still a little bit of oxygen in there.
I know, Calhoun. I'm a member of all those Discords too.
Unless they go the super expensive route. The BMW I used to work at, we had a big like medical grade nitrogen bottle that we filled tires with because somebody didn't know that there was a machine that you can buy that just makes nitrogen. we're spending boatloads of money on that medical grade nitrogen stuff.
Sheesh.
So there for a while, some people were getting pure nitrogen, but from what I understand, the way most places do it, there's a machine, and it's not perfect.
Nope, I ain't hooking nobody up with nitrogen. Hit your local Mathesons around here in Nebraska. Go to wherever you're getting your acetylene filled. You get you a tank of nitrogen, no problem.
It's not like not a controlled.
Nope, you
thing.
need it to purge your lines when you're brazing, so that way you don't get all the oil basically flaked off and burned off while you're brazing your copper.
But you can go into like a regular supply shop like that, and they'll just sell it to somebody without
I mean,
credentials.
they sell fucking acetylene to farmers. So I mean, if you have tanks, they'll fill them. Suppose you have a charge account. I don't know. I've never had a personal account. It's always been a company account when I go in and buy it. But it's not like refrigerant. You don't have to have a handling license for it, that I'm aware.
I was just made aware of some of those places will scam you out of your bottles if you're not paying attention.
I don't think
If
they
you-
fill them up as high as what they say, but
Well, if you own the bottles, sometimes they'll swap them out for bottles that say, property of Robin Air or whatever. There's some label that you have to look for on the stamped into it.
Hmm.
It says privately owned or something weird like that.
Phil R selling some blinker fluid if anybody needs some. I like that. Just go to the place and buy welding gases. They'll have nitrogen. Yep, that's 100%. CT said that it needs to be dry nitrogen for anything that needs 100% pure nitrogen. He probably knows more about it. He's a welder.
Yeah, the wet is the oxygen.
Yeah, I don't know about making my own nods, man. I think I'd probably pick up a set.
Yep. Same.
Big money.
Go for it.
Nah, I was just saying big money.
Yeah, it is. It's not cheap, man.
They could be cheaper if L3 Harris wanted to sell them commercially. I think they try to keep their government contract stuff. I guess they don't want to have a shelf price because that's what allows them to keep their contract price arbitrarily high.
Hmm.
If that makes sense to anybody.
Yeah, it's something about
Yeah,
how
'cause-
government contracts run. If they try and sell it to civilians for $400 and then try and sell it to the government for $4,000, it just don't fly that way. So that's why nods are expensive. What they cost.
Yeah, that's you worded it more eloquently, but that's what I was getting at.
Do you have the 1 to 8 or the 1 to 6 strike you?
1 to 6. I
Mm.
wish it was the 1 to 8.
Hmm.
But yeah, I almost want like a 1 to 10, 1 to 12. Would be awesome. Oh, Demo Man Don's in the wild. He's still here, but somebody's creeping on his property. He's out in Florida. Watch out, Red Dawn. You might hear some buckshot.
I'm safe at home.
Double out down.
It ain't me creeping,
Double out,
dog.
Dawn.
Slapping.
There you go.
No, I live down a dirt road, and when I see headlights or taillights, it better be somebody I know because there ain't no reason to be down here.
He grabs that
Yeah.
308 and lays on the road.
I live at a dead end, and every time I see them lights, I'm like, well, it might just be a dead.
Might be the day. Rat-a-tat-tat.
Well, people think you can come back here because there's a wide spot in the road, so they pull off to the side and do whatever they're doing, you know.
Let's go shoot up and fuck.
My man.
No, what you need to do is get like a Freddy Krueger costume or something and sneak out there and fuck with them. What's that ghost story? What's that ghost story everyone tells in the movies about like a hook hanging on the door handle or something? You need to have like a hook made up that's like got a bloody stump hanging off of it and just hang them on their doorknobs when they're messing around.
Yeah, fuckers around here will be like, how much I can get for that at the pawn shop?
I can buy more crack.
What do you guys have any experience with Swamp Fox scopes?
I do not.
Not
You
their
just-
magnified glass. I've seen a couple of the dots.
I didn't even know they made scopes. I thought they were just red dot.
Same.
No, they started with scopes.
Oh, really?
Then they came out with red dots, but they had made scopes for a while.
Oh yeah, you know what they have? Yeah, it's like, what is that? The Tomahawk or whatever is their LPVO. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
actually did look at that one time.
Arrowhead, the Tomahawk, or I forget what they call them stuff. Bunch of names like that.
Have you looked at the Arkin LPVO?
I have. I just don't know if I want a first focal plane, to be honest with you. I think I really want. I mean,
What's
uh,
the
the 1
what's
to
the
8,
mission set?
like an AR, like being able to 600 and in, being able to use the 1X if my dot was so to get damaged, keeping it light, which I know the Arkin's a heavy monster. I mean, just being able to have some PID, being able to like just have some glass on the rifle and be able to shoot out to distance a little better. So
I like this. Rip Curl said he's saving for a single binocular with night vision thermal overlay. That way he can keep his other eye natural.
hit me up,
In case
Rip
lights come
Curl.
on. It's a good call, man. I think that's the way to go.
Go
I
check
think-
out the Rick's Tactical website, man. I can get you anything on Rick's for a cheaper price. So if you, I think it's rickstactical.com. They got the thermal overlay monocles. They got the duals. The thermal overlay is expensive though. Can't lie. I think it's like 10 grand for dual tubes with a thermal overlay, which is really not that bad if you price it out. Look at other stuff, but first focal plane, it's great in any setting. Now I like first focal plane, but on like a 1 to 6, I don't think first focal plane is necessary at all.
If you're gonna live in the 1X or 1X to 3X, if you're gonna use that a lot, second focal plane will probably be better because the reticle is so small on 1X in a first focal plane. And if it's not bright enough, that's my only complaint about my primary arms is the one is a first focal plane, and on 1X it's not bright enough to be like
what
red dot.
what magnification is it?
1 to 10.
Oh, you got the first focal plane 1 to 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think with primary arms, I would I don't know. See, that's where all this stuff comes in. It's like at a 1 to 10, you do want first focal plane because you don't want to have to crank all the way to 10 to get to a BDC. But I think 1 to 8 is that tricky ground of like, do I want to crank all the way to 8 before I get there? And then, I don't know. I'm torn.
I think my other one is a 1 to 6, and that's a second focal plane.
Yeah. I mean, even like super high end scopes that are 1 to 6 come in second focal planes because it just makes sense. If I had it my way, though, I'd get the EOTech.
Loaded. No, I'm just kidding.
Or Trigicon.
That'd be good. I think I've hit that Tridge.
I think I saw one for like $900 was that Credo that I had in there. And I'm like, oof, that's not that bad, actually.
What y'all think about that new Glock light?
Lame.
Yeah.
600 lumens. I can't imagine what they want
Garbage.
for that thing.
I mean, it's better than a TLR7A. You got 11,000 candela inside of a 600 lumen, and it looks like it's very light, very small. It looks good for like EDC use because sometimes carrying the light that goes past your barrel, can feel a little weird.
No issues with it. I've been doing it for years.
What light you carry with the Goon
TLR?
now?
Yep, the Goon, the TLR clone. I've carried that for years. I have zero issues with it. That's what I want.
You carry with an extra mag up front too, or how do you carry?
I carry horizontal on my left side, it's on my hip on the right side, slightly to the front.
Yeah, I mean, if you carry hip carry, then that don't matter. It's really appendix that starts poking you.
Well, I've been really fat for a while, so appendix really hasn't been much of an option. That's why I need to talk to Josh over there at Double Diamond about the Fat Tac holster there.
Yeah, you got to try one of them Fat Tacs.
Yep. I messaged him We talked back and forth for a little bit, but we got to figure out a day. I think I'm gonna have him on the show.
I mean, it's a good quality holster. I'm just so used to carrying the appendix rig that when I use the Fat Tack, I carry it like a full size Glock 17 in it, and I hip carry it, and it has like those metal latches that like grab onto sweatpants and stuff. So I hip carry it sometimes like that at home if I'm mowing the lawn or just doing something.
I'm big on the double metal clips, man. They work great. Demo Man Don's gonna hit the hay. Thanks for hopping on, Demo Man.
Yeah, 5 o'clock comes early, man.
Yeah, I gotta get
Yeah.
to bed too.
Me too, y'all.
Especially when you're on the East Coast.
Yeah,
For real.
Sassy 7, what's up?
that was good talking to everybody.
Yep. I think I'm gonna hit the bed soon too, guys, because y'all know if you watch the walking stream, everybody in the house is sick, and Muffin Top's not feeling 100%. But
Mm-hmm.
Sassy.
I gotta go do some laundry, get ready for my week.
yeah,
Say hey
yeah.
to-
Thanks
say
for
hey to
hopping in,
Sassy.
Red Dawn.
You know it, guys. Anytime.
Sassy shouted out everybody on the panel. Thanks, Sassy.
All right, guys, I'll see you.
Deuces.
Later, fellas.
Yeah, I put the P80 build with the comp tonight. That is a no go, way too long for the appendix. I carried a comp with my TLR 7 for a minute on the 23. I didn't have any issue because it was about the same size as the light, but that comp turned out not to work very good. But I think we're
Well,
going to shut it
something I
down
never-
here.
Something I never thought is if you push on a comped barrel, will it push the gun out of battery, like pushing on the slide?
Yes.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yep, that's why you do the light, to keep the barrel away from the dude's body, right? If he's laying on top of you or whatever.
Making that contact shot.
If you got to get the gun that close to somebody already, just pull the trigger.
Yeah, but then you get the one shot. I'm gonna ventilate with the whole mag in Minecraft with the light.
Oh,
you know what I
that
mean?
spring is going to put it back in battery. If you pull the trigger and it gets a round off, it's coming back to battery. You just got to keep squeezing.
False. You can do it with your hand. You can create the malfunction with just your hand.
Oh yeah, you can. If you grab.
So if you have that pushed up against somebody's fucking stomach or whatever,
Uh-huh.
it won't go all the way back into battery.
Yeah, you won't get the first round off. Once
You'll
it
get
goes
one
out of
round.
battery, it won't.
Yeah.
No, once it goes out of battery, it won't fire.
It won't
No.
cycle in the next one.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you get one round off, it's going to come back. It's going to cycle unless they grab the slide. But I mean, why would you be jamming it in someone's gut?
Hey man, I'm just saying.
I guess if you're doing like a robbery or something, then maybe that's how you roll.
If somebody's 4 guys
Or
are laying
some
on top
guy-
of me in Venezuela in an apartment,
Some guy comes
complex,
up and gets physical. You know, like if you've already gone to contact.
Yeah, that's the bad part about open carrying, right? You can have that altercation right there.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
if they've already,
why would
if they've
you
already
still
knocked you
jam
down
it
and you're
instead of-
wrestling,
once you get it out the holster, you just turn it and boom, 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 instead of like jamming it into them. I guess if you're like striking them with it, but I don't know.
That's why I like letting it chill in the pectoral to make sure when you're scanning and everything, because you get more options to kind of move around and maneuver, opposed to like having your arm down or having it extended. I like to bring it back to the pec, let it sit on my tit for a minute while I'm scanning.
Mm-hmm. Even when firing, I try not to like lock my arms out and keep my arms much closer in.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. You do you. Deuces, everybody. Thanks for hopping in. Y'all are beautiful. Good night. Drink more water. Work out. We got to get fit for this shit.
Yeah, we
take it easy.
Later, everybody.